Mohit has left. So any idea that how many will be joining?
No, sir. About that, I don't have an idea.
Negotiation or any confirmation? You no idea, na?
No, sir. No, sir.
Mohit will know better.
Sir, with your permission, should we begin with the webinar?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Tanya Malik, Assistant Professor at the School of Law, GD Goenka University. And I welcome all of you to this live webinar, which is aimed at providing information on the career prospects available in law, along with information on the curriculum and teaching pedagogy, which is followed at the School of Law, GD Goenka University. Now, before we begin with this webinar, I would like to take this opportunity to inform you that the School of Law at GD Goenka University is one of the best law colleges in the Delhi NCR region, having a robust reputation for its high quality teaching and legal research, and is approved by the Bar Council of India. This law school offers various law degree programs at undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral levels and strives to open new vistas in the arena of law through clinical legal studies and research. Now, without any further delay, I would like to introduce you all to today's speaker. With your permission, sir.
Yes, please.
So, we are indeed honored and privileged to have with us today Professor Dr. Tabrez Ahmed, the Honorable Vice Chancellor and Dean School of Law at the GD Goenka University, an alumnus of Aligarh Muslim University. Professor Dr. Tabrez Ahmed's expertise is in the area of cyber and technology law, intellectual property rights, energy law, and jurisprudence. He has over 20 years of teaching experience at various prestigious law schools of India. A true institution builder, prior to taking up the current assignment, Professor Ahmed has served in various academic and administrative positions such as Pro Vice Chancellor and School of Law at the Galgodias University, Greater Noida, Professor and Dean School of Law at UPES, Dehradun, Professor and Founder Director at the Alliance School of Law, Bangalore, Founder Director at DILS University of Burdwan, Professor of Cyber Law and IPR at KIIT University, Bhubaneswar, and founding faculty at NUJS, Kolkata. Now, with this brief introduction, I now request Professor Dr. Tabrez Ahmed, sir, to please enlighten the young law aspirants which are present in the audience today with his rich experience and knowledge in the legal field. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Tanya, for very wide, extensive kinds of my introduction. So let me welcome you all for joining this very important interaction of today, because this is very important in your life, because today you are going to take a final decision about your career option. Let me also congratulate all of you for choosing law as a career option, because this shows that your respect for law, and also this shows your leadership ability. This shows your decision making power, that at least you are able to take a call that you want to make law as a career option. Why I want to congratulate? Because law is one of the most challenging field, very dynamic field, and the field which provide you option from your home to the highest place, that is the International Court of Justice. You can go. So you can start your career from your local area, Tehsil, District Court, High Court, Supreme Court, or somebody is very kind of the talented, he can also go and join the International Court of Justice as a career in law. So this is a field which provide you career from your house to highest level. This liberty may not be available to professional career. And also it is not only practice. Generally we think that if somebody will do law, he has the option to practice. But right now the law has become very, very wide option for anybody. And that is a field where everybody can actually utilize on intellectual capacity. Because if you see and go to the foreign country or any developed country, USA and UK, all these places, if anybody is very talented from the very childhood, the family or society will tell that this person is suited for law as a career. Because law require kind of a very mature mind, a very dynamic mind, and also very creative mind. Because every problem require a very creative solution to have the solve. And the way market has grown, starting from the closed economy before 1991, when we had law only for you can go and practice law, or you can become judicial officer, or you can join as a teaching. But after 1991, when India has opened the market, going for the globalization, privatization, and also going to decentralize a lot of things, and that has given a very fast growth in the legal sector, because nowadays almost more than 1 lakh companies are registered every year, and then these companies require a lot of legal expert, not to just argue cases, but to go and form the company. Because anybody want to form a company, he will come to a lawyer, and lawyer will do make the the implementary document, agreement document, and also he will try to make the article of association, memorandum of association, and also going to registration of the company. So there are a lot of outside court works are there. Anybody has invented something, some new software, new patent, what will happen? He has to get the patent registered. If anybody has got new creative work, he has to get a copyright. Anybody want to start a company, want the a trademark to be registered. Anybody want to a website, he has to process the website, register the domain name. So my point is that everywhere the requirement of lawyers are there. Without lawyer, nothing will work. Okay. uh, because everything is required from a contract. So ABCD of the corporate world is a contract, that agreement. Without agreement, nothing will happen. Even what I understand, all the participants already they have filled up the form for our GD Goenka University. That particular filling the form also one of the kind of agreement, that you've taken a call, that you filled a form, and these are terms and condition you agreed. You'll be willing to join this particular program. You are going to pay the elementary fees. You'll be appearing in the Aspire, our the scholarship admission test. If you get certain percentage of marks, you'll be subject to certain kind of scholarship. So my point is that everywhere, every step, you have to do an agreement. An agreement is the ABCD of the corporate world. So already you have ventured in some legal area, that you started your career path. Already you may at least done one agreement with us, that you filled up the form. So my point is that the way market is growing, the market is expanding. The role of lawyers are expanding, and if you see from the agricultural economy to the corporate economy or mixed economy, the moment anybody become expanded, become advanced and developed, the requirement of lawyers will always be growing. So that's why, and also respect for lawyer will be growing. If you go to US and UK or any advanced country, the respect of lawyer is very, very high, because they respect the law, they require a lot of regulations, and they want the systematic arrangement of anything, and then only law can do. And then we require lawyers to handle these kind of the matters. Same way, before 1995, there was no requirement of the cyber lawyers experts, because there was no mobile phone, no internet connection, no kind of social media. So no requirement of cyber lawyer was there. But because from the 1995, the market has grown, and we are going to shift everything by the speedier means, by the telephonic operations, by the e-commerce, m-commerce, e-education. Even this webinar we are doing in the online mode. So now we are going to expand a lot, and in coming future, everything will be controlled by, regulated by the social media or internet regulations, or maybe by the telephonic connections and all. So then we require a lot of violation of the rights and duties, and we require regulation. Then we require a lawyer to come and set up. Then again, we require judges to handle these kind of the cases. So this way, the boundary of lawyers are very fast growing, and we require very, very refined lawyers. Now, if you see earlier, the business was localized. Locally, you can do some business, just like barter system or sell and purchase. But now business has become global. All the multinational companies, they operate throughout the world. And that's why we require now the multinational lawyers who do not understand only Indian law, but also understand about the boundaries of the interaction between the foreign laws, international laws. And there are some laws are already international. Okay, and those laws are subject to WTO norms, TRIPS agreement, or WIPO, okay, or UNO. We have seen in the pandemic how WHO was so influential, so active in giving directions globally. That globally, if any country has some pandemic, how they have to operate, whether the masks are compulsory or they have to be sanitized, how to maintain distancing. So that is already at international level, one body is regulating, and anybody who is not following the norms, they will be subject to some kind of punishment or some kind of sanctions and all, some kind of penalty and fine. So that's why the requirement of lawyers are very fast growing. And then we require those persons who understand not only local issues but the global issues. And law as a field, it not only having the kind of impact of one particular discipline, it is going to be multidisciplinary. For example, if you just see one case as a pandemic or coronavirus pandemic, see the kind of dimensions it has. It has affected the business, economy, trade. It has affected the human psychology, our personality. It has affected the entire kind of the family setup. When we used to go and work from the office, there was no challenge. But when everybody is sitting in the house and trying to operate online, the kind of dynamics is happening and changing. Every kids are now the online attending the classes. So my point is that even law is going to have a lot of impact, social impact, economic impact. You see the political level, how the elections were organized during pandemic, how the online campaign has going to change. Even social media was highly utilized for the election campaign. And then also we are able to survive because of the online medium. Everything was shut down and closed. At least we were running our universities, colleges, having the learning going on. Even court started doing the proceeding online, arguments of the cases, some basic cases were running. So we survived because of the online medium. And then even the online medium is subject to some regulations. And then we require again the lawyers to handle all these cases. So that's why the law as a field is very fast growing, and always we require the those who are the smartest and smart person, intelligent and talented group. You must join the law. So law as a field require everybody's kind of the share, and then now the career has grown very fast. So just like the practicing lawyer, you can become the advocate, or you can join company as a company lawyer, arguing cases for the company, or just forming the company, doing the out of the court work, the paperwork, or somebody can join the industry as an industry lawyer or as a law firm, because now we have diversified law firm where one law firm can handle any kind of cases, whether civil cases, criminal cases, or corporate cases, IPR cases, or tax cases. So now the law firms are getting diversified. Same way that also you can join LPO. Now, just like the BPO, now the LPO, lot of multinational companies, they're opening offices in several middle class countries or poor countries or kind of the developing countries, and pumping the legal work from the developed countries, because these countries can provide the cheap legal solutions, and somebody can get also career in the LPO. Same way, academy is always available for anybody. So those who are the bright minds, they want to make the career as an professor or lecturer, as an academician, they can go to foreign countries and so get the kind of the quality education. So this is the boundary of lawyers. So there is no doubt that the boundary of lawyers are fast growing, and now you have the very wide career options. Now, why we are different? Why you should join our law school? Because our law school is very diversified university, and then we have 12 colleges in the university. So anybody can do very easily a multidisciplinary study. You can join hands with the other student from the other school and do a kind of joint work. Because I just told you that law is not localized. Law is become a multidisciplinary, and it has a lot of cross-cultural issues. Somebody want to do research in cyber law, he can join hands with the some BTech student, MTech student, and write a paper. And he will be a BTech software engineering, and you can be a law student. Both can join hands and write a good paper on the cyber security or cyber crime prevention. Same way, somebody can join hands with somebody in School of Management and write a very good paper on the corporate law. So this way, first benefit is that you'll be able to have a real multidisciplinary kind of research and interaction, the truly national level kind of scene in our university, because we have students from all over the country, and also we have students from the foreign country. So we'll be having around 200 students in the campus. They're mostly from the foreign university and foreign country. We'll be getting chance to interact with them. And also, we are going to provide you a very advanced curriculum, because we are the law school. We have taken the cues from the new education policy and the choice-based credit system of the UGC, and we have just refined our curriculum to in tune with the new developments in India. And then, if anybody is joining our law school, he'll be going to study one of the very advanced curriculum, that is choice-based credit system. In this model, you'll be getting the quality education. You'll be getting a lot of courses to build up your skill, enhance your skill, providing you a lot of chances to do a choice. You'll get a lot of options as per your flavor, for your interest, because everybody has a different kind of flavor. So as per your flavor, you'll be getting chance to select the specializations, select the options. This way, you'll be able to match up your skill with the courses. Somebody may become very good in criminal law. He want to do criminal law specialization. He will get a lot of chance. Somebody want to specialize, for example, in the civil law or corporate law, maybe energy law or maybe international trade law. So we have around 14 specializations. So our curriculum is very specialized because we have choice-based credit system. Plus, we are providing you 14 specializations. So out of 14, you'll be doing any two, 4 plus 4. So anybody will be trying to select in specialization from 7th semester to 10th semester for a 5-year course, and a 3-year course from the 3rd semester to 6th semester. You'll be doing the specializations. So 4 plus 4. Suppose you want to do corporate law honors, you take 4 paper in corporate law, but also you want to become the expert in IPR, you can take another 4 paper in the IPR. So 2 areas you can explore. Or somebody want to become a experts in the cyber law, he can take 4 courses in cyber law and take 4 courses in the advanced cyber law, that is cyber security, cyber forensics, like this. So this way, this law school is super specialized. I don't think any law school in the country is offering 14 specializations to any student. And right now, we are the only law school in the country who provide the choice-based credit system in terms of the new education policy and the UGC. To handle these kind of advanced courses, we have very efficient team. One of the members is also the Dr. Tania, who she is right now the organizing the program, and we have around 20 very advanced and highly qualified faculty from different specializations. We are also hiring some good faculty. We have some faculty we are sharing from the School of Management, School of Engineering, Humanities, and School of Science, because they're specialized in their field. And also we have some practicing lawyers coming and taking the classes. So curriculum wise, we are one of the best. Faculty wise, we have very qualified, refined, and highly specialized faculty. And also we have faculty coming from the they're coming from the field. They're really practicing in the court of law. They bring the real experience in the classroom. And also the best part is that we have the foreign collaborations. We have around 40 foreign universities. We have the collaboration where you'll be getting chance to go for the summer school or for the semester exchange program. If you go to the foreign country, the foreign university, you'll be getting a lot of chances to expand your horizon, expand your networking, expand your learning. This will be kind of polishing your skill and become more smarter and smarter. And then we have the very specialized model of the OPI scoring process, overall performance index. From the every year we do a lot of OPI process, do a counseling, and then try to match up your skill with your career options. And regularly we have the mentor-mentee system. Mentor will be your first point of contact, and he will be trying to see you, follow you, and guide you, counsel you. So you will be able to grow as a very good law professional. Accordingly, will be helping you to get the proper planned internships every year, every semester, and then at the end, in the maybe in the last year, you'll be able to get PPO or get the final the placement. So the personalized counseling and personalized kind of guidance for internship and placement is very rare in our law school and also in the entire university. This way, you'll be able to match up your learning process with your flavor as a choice-based model. Your mentor is there to help you to build up your career, personalized kind of guidance and training, and you'll get the well-structured internships, and then will be very easily culminating in the final placement. This way, we are actually, in fact, providing the very specialized personal to personal kind of support, and then giving you specialized counseling as per your requirement. These are the few of the very important kind of the points we follow in our law school. And the better part is that you will be in Delhi NCR, and the Delhi NCR has the another kind of the benefit, because you can easily go and practice in any part of the Delhi, because our Supreme Court or central tribunals or top class companies, the MNCs, all are lying in Delhi. So you can easily do internships, you can easily get the placement. Because our campus is the Sona Road in Gurgaon, and this particular road where our university is located is going to be a 10-lane expressway, 6-lane elevated, 4-lane service road. It will be operational in 6 months' time. Is under construction. Once this road is okay, finalized in just next 6 months, very easily within 15 minutes you can reach to Gurgaon and then go to Delhi by metro and all. So you're fully connected to Delhi. That is our heart for the legal profession, and this way, joining our university will be very beneficial for all of you. With these few words, I again want to thank all of you for joining this session. Now, floor is open for queries and questions. Please feel free to ask any question if you on their mind. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening our young audience regarding the various prospects that are today available in the legal field, as well as introducing the latest curriculum. And as you've already mentioned, the webinar is now open for any live discussions or questions that the students have regarding the study of law at GD Goenka University at our School of Law. Please introduce yourself and unmute your mic, and then you can ask your question, or you can even mention it in the chat box.
So let
In
us be very
addition,
active, yeah, because first skill of lawyer is that knowing how to ask questions, how to create table for others, how to extract the real information. So you the first skill of a lawyer. So you should know that how to ask questions. Even for a judges, you should know how to ask questions from the clients or from the opposition lawyer, from prosecution lawyer. So let us reflect at least first skill to become the lawyer, to asking questions at least, and trying to become very clear about your queries or legal education, your profession, your vision, and all. Feel free. This is the whole idea of this interaction. That whole idea is to just interact with you and then solve your queries. If you have any query in your mind, please feel free.
Hello, sir. I'm Farzana, Saida Farzana Parveen. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So I'm residing in North Lakhimpur, Assam. There's a place called North Lakhimpur. I have completed my graduation in law from Guwahati University. And before that, I was also part of Miranda House, Delhi University. So after completion of law as a graduation subject, I found law very interesting, and definitely I would like to pursue and continue my career in law as a professor in future. So I thought of opting for LLM in your university. So, with that, I thought of choosing for criminal law. So, can you please describe anything related to the subject? I mean, how can it help in for me in future? Because I'm also engaged in education system because I'm owning a school, preschool, and I'm also looking for establishment up till class 12. So maybe after that, I will think of choosing law as a option in our school and everything. So can you please guide in the same?
So a very nice question, Farzana, that already you are law graduate. You know very well about the legal field, and you want to further explore to become the highly specialized law professional doing LLM program. So most welcome to LLM program. Our LLM
Thank you,
program
sir.
also super specialized. You will be getting chance to take one area for specialization, and also we offer criminal law. So criminal law is very green field because criminal law is everywhere. Every school have the criminal courses, CPC, CRPC, IPC, and also advanced criminal law, that is cyber crimes and all. So this is very green field for a teacher because everywhere a teacher for teaching cyber crimes or criminal law is required. So profession wise, very green is very good option. And also, since it's a specialized program at PG level, you will be taught various aspects of the criminal law, philosophy of crime, and also the theories of crime, plus the basic criminal law procedures and all. You'll be doing a dissertation on this criminal law itself. You'll be teaching some of the lectures to get the first-hand experience of a teacher. So it is very power-packed and very specialized LIM program. Definitely will be helping you to raise your understanding about the legal education plus legal boundaries. So it will be great support to you if you complete the LLM program from our university, and it will definitely further help you to build up your school you are running, establishing a school, because laws are everywhere required. Your legal knowledge will be further helping you to build up your school, and also you want to side by side and make as a career. to become a law professor?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Next question, please. Anyone?
Hi, sir. My name is Parijat. I had a question about the placement situation. So it wasn't very clearly mentioned in the on the website that what companies are associated with you for the place on campus placements that are going to be there.
Can you please be a bit louder, Parijat?
Can you now hear me?
Yeah, please be a bit louder. Yeah.
All right. I didn't very clearly see on the website what companies are associated with you for the on-campus placements. So can you enlighten me about that?
Parjat, I got your question. You were asking about the placement prospects and how many companies visiting to the campus will be hiring. I think this is your question. Parjat, can you
Yes.
tell me which course you want to join and you're from which place?
Delhi LLB.
You're from Delhi. And which
Yeah.
course you want to join?
LLB honors.
LLB on 3-year program.
5 years.
Okay. Which one? BLB, BBLB, BCom LLB,
BA LLB. BA
BLB.
LLB honors. Yes.
Okay. So, and which honors you want to explore? Specialization here?
Specifically,
We have 14 specialization I mentioned. Which two
yeah.
you want
So
to explore?
cyber law and IPR.
Okay, cyber law. Very good. This is emerging field. Very good option you have. Cyber law and IPR. Once you pass those 5 years, it will be further in demand in the market. So we are one of the few law school who offer specialization at the UG level in the IPR and cyber law. Regarding the placement, so I mentioned that from the very beginning you will be. Can you stop your mic, for Parijat? The echo. Yeah, thank you. So from the very beginning, I mentioned that from the first year onwards, you will be given chance to do internships. So since you are saying that you will be trying to go for cyber law IPR, so what we suggest from the very beginning, try to first go for internship to the district court, then go to the high court, then go to the legal division office of any IT company or any company who is in R&D department, and then go to an IPR law firm in the third year, fourth year, two times. And then ultimately, even any IPR law firm can hire you, or you can join any company where there is a IPR division. Remember, TCS is there. All these medicine companies, all the IT companies, all the chemical companies, even the film industry right now, even all the actors, all the actors, they are hiring the IPR expert. All the film producer, all the TV channels, they are hiring the separate IPR expert, because as a TV channel, you cannot run those songs which are within the copyright period without the licensing from the song producer or copyright holder of the song. Okay. For example, if T series is having the ownership of the particular song, and then still that song is in the copyright period, and the TV channel cannot run the song without the license. Only those songs which has finished the IPR period will be having liberty to run. Okay. So there are a lot of issues about the IPR and cyber law with these, even the film industry. And that's why all the film producer, TV channels, chemical company, medicine company, IT company, or definitely you join as a job, but also you can join as a practice under some lawyer or a law firm as a kind of the practicing lawyer under the law firm. So this way we will be very structured internship plus the final placement. Placement will be depending on your kind of the potential. We invite almost all the top class companies in the campus, but they will be doing their own process. They will take the interview, they will do some written examination. With the support of your earlier internship and your academic record with performance in the interview, you'll be able to crack the interview and get your job. And also you can go to the foreign country, for the MNCs, or go for LLM to the foreign, Franklin Pierce, or maybe in Harvard Law School, do some LLM in the very advanced IPR courses. So it is lot of open boundaries, and it will depend on you how much effort any student is providing. We are here to help you. I mentioned our mentor-mentee model, and our faculty is always available to guide you. I am also always there to support you. So if anybody is very hardworking, providing full efforts, honestly, putting 100% and doing structured internships, I am sure that he'll be able to get very good employment in any good law firm or maybe any good company.
All right, sir. That sounds very interesting. Thank you. Just one last question. Is this what? Can you name some of the companies that have come for previous year placements? And also, what is the average package that a student gets from your campus?
The package is subjective area because I told you package will depend on the performance of the candidate. Because in earlier days, the package was depending on the school. That if you are from a school A category, school B category, your package is this. From school C category, package is this. But right now, even the law firm has understood. Because everywhere there are good student, bad student. If you go to Harvard Law School, even Oxford, you will find the one group is not doing hard work, not putting efforts. They are just failing, spoiling their career. You cannot, but they will get Harvard degree or maybe Oxford degree. So depending on degree, nobody will offer you the employment. Even if they will offer employment, performance with the criteria for promotions or sustaining the job. So only we can help you to get a good job, but sustaining the job and getting further promotion will depend on your caliber and efforts. So definitely we'll try to bring the good company. You are asking the company names. So I can mention that the Singh & Singh Associates, maybe Lex Orbis Associates for IPR, Upon Dugal Associates for Cyber Law. So a lot of company will come. Already they are coming. But you'll be doing final placement after 5 years. At that time, who are the company doing very well, having the market branding, very well sought after the companies will be coming. And depending on your own internships, you will further attract the PPO. Because sometime you will get automatic offer in 4th year by the place you're doing internships. If you showcase your potential and good skill, because company will see you performing at the place and you see the company culture. If you can do well, you can get direct PPO. So now the new trend is that all the good scholars, good student who do the 2-3 times internship in a particular place, they will get automatic PPO. The PPO model is the right now new trend for the placement. Parijat, you got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any other question from the audience?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Randeep Kaur.
Please
Yes,
proceed.
I want to ask you a question. That what is the basic difference between when I'm going to law from your university or when I go for a new university?
Which university?
Sir,
Our university, and which one next you mentioned?
new university, DU, Delhi University.
Oh, Delhi University. Very good question. So DU is
Yes,
a
sir.
kind of central university, and they have only 3-year program. I think they don't have the fire program. But there are some other university in Delhi. They offer the fire program. So if you talk about the curriculum model, BCI has 4 kind of the models. One is a plain LLB, okay, just like the older concept. Then we have the LLB honors, okay. Second, you can say second generation. Then we have the LLB honors. For example, fiber course, BLB honors, BBLB honors, BSc LLB honors, BCom LLB honors. These are third generation course where you have an integration with the social sciences or commerce or technology, and then we have the honors. Now we are a 4th generation curriculum. That is the most advanced curriculum of BCI. For example, if you do a BA LLB program, or somebody will do a BCom LLB honors program from our law school. So BCom LLB integration, then honors, and then specialization in 1 or 2 areas as per your choice. So the 4th levels are, there's a 4th generation curriculum. So 4th generation curriculum is not very common in almost all the law schools. So curriculum wise, we are one of the best because we are offering you best curriculum, and we are offering you one of the best specialization program that is very latest in the market, latest in demand. Third thing is that we have IDP. We have integrated kind of a multidisciplinary research work where you will be joining hands with these students from other school in the university and doing a joint project. This will be helping you to develop the skill of multidisciplinary research. That is the demand for the new era, because everything has become a multidisciplinary. Every field has become so synced, so interconnected. We require understanding of other discipline also. So you'll be learning that aspect. Third thing is that I mentioned you mentor-mentee model that is very specialized in our law school. I mentioned about the OPI process, overall performance index system, that the specialized counseling plus structured internship and final placement is not, and the personalized kinds of the support for the career building process. It is not very common in other law school. And if I talk about the government system, in the government model, only thing is that the teaching and teaching. Nobody will go beyond the teaching to take you personal care and advice and counseling to make and build up your career and invite company for the placement, because these are only happening in the very specialized, very renowned private groups, because it has investment, it has kind of lot of involvement and efforts. So this is the difference from the other established government system. Even if talk about NLUs, in NLUs there is no specialized focus on the placement, because in NLUs there is a student team, and the senior student will make a team. Uh, a student team will be trying to help for the placement. For example, for the final year placement, student from 1 year to 4th year, they'll be student of the final year. Same way, when the 4th year will go to the final year, again the junior student will have a team to help the student to get the placement. So in the NLUs also, there is no specialized team for placement. Students are and faculty are running the placement team. But in private groups, we have specialized center for the placement and counseling and training. And we focus a lot on the your soft skill, your communication abilities, building your personality, leadership abilities, giving you very planned kind of internships, making your career. That is not common in the government system, because only in private groups, and also not all, very few private groups who are more concerned about career building, they do all the activities, and we are one of them. We have focused a lot on the your grooming you as a law professional.
Sir, one more question, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the recognition difference between when I do a law from your university or from a due university?
So I told you that earlier it was people were going by the name of the university, but right now people are going by your own personal performance, because they will see your 5 years track record as a student of law, you how many moot courts you participated, how many specialized courses you have done, how many value added courses you have done, what are your internship experience, what are the law firm you do internships, and then what is your performance in terms of academics, your CGPA grades and all. So that is the deciding factor. So if anybody will hire you because of the name, they will be testing in 6 months time. If there is no performance, they will kick you. But somebody will be hired from a kind of a private law school, a small law school, but performance is good, you have the better track record, promotion record than somebody from the established law school. So right now, the deciding factor is not that you are coming from which law school as a brand. The deciding factor is how much effort you have made to make yourself a refined law professional, and how aspiring you are. If somebody will hire you, you can make a difference. So that's why you build up yourself. Don't go by the name of the law school. Definitely, a law school will be additional support if they can provide you better infrastructure, better curriculum, better teacher. That should be deciding factor, not only the name of the law school. So you must inquire that what is the curriculum, what is the faculty background, what is the system of the training the student, how much the mentor-mentee support is there for you as a student. So these are the kind of the point you must take into account deciding your career option. So name will not help you. It's not this sure that if anybody will take a degree from Oxford, he will always be getting the promotion and getting the highest place. No, he'll be getting promotion because of personal performance, showcasing the efforts, showcasing the talent, and driving some kind of initiatives and bringing the output and results. That will be the kind of factor. So don't go by the brands, go by the support, facilities, infrastructure, and where you can showcase your skill, where the culture of learning is there, is a better kind of no judging factor. So culture will be trying to produce kind of good results. So we are here, we are trying very hard to build up a culture of learning and teaching process, where anybody will join the kind of that particular scenario, he will be becoming a refined output. Randeep is fine with you?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
And Randeep, just to add on to what Sir has just talked about, in our law school, we are actually putting a lot of efforts towards the moot court training, towards honing the communication skills of the young and budding lawyers. I myself come from a Central University background. That's wherein stress only upon the classroom of the student itself. So this is something, I find a difference here. In GD Goenka School of Law, we are actually putting a lot of, giving a lot of stress towards moot court training, towards internal assignments, towards presentations in classes, so that at least the students, by the time they pass out, they have good communication skills, which, as you understand, I think it's a primary requirement in order for any one of you to sustain in this particular profession. Yes. So that's just to add on. And any other
Parijat is written in the chat box that she wants the faculty background. So, Parijat, you can go to our website. It is under process of the upgradation. So, what is we are doing? We are hiring mostly a doctoral faculty because PhD in law is very rare, but we are mostly having the faculty with a doctorate background with PhD qualification, the highest qualification in any discipline. And also, we are having the faculty who are mostly having experience of teaching. They're trained teachers, and also they have the specialization in their kind of the curriculum. They specialized in some of the areas by writing paper, doing PhD or research, and also they have exposure. They already taught being a teacher in the good universities and NLUs and all. So that's why we take a lot of efforts to hire the refined faculty. And once we hire, also we go for training. Recently, we had 2 weeks FDP to train our faculty to become more super specialized, more trained, more teaching quality they can bring as outcome-based model. So teaching is very important. So I mentioned curriculum, and second thing is that teacher. If curriculum is very good, but teaching the person who is teaching the course, the teachers are not very good to impart the learning in the student. Again, we cannot be successful. That's why curriculum is very strong. Plus, we are going to hire. Already, we have very strong faculty base in our law school. Almost mostly they are doctorates and from the good background, good qualification, and they have good number of publications. They're highly trained, specialized, and also they have experience. So faculty base is definitely very strong, and we are already have the good faculty track. And future may also we are hiring very good faculty. So don't worry about the faculty. Yeah.
Yes. Any other question from the audience?
Namaste, namaste, ma'am. Namaste, sir. This is Aditya Singh Rathod from Ajmer, Rajasthan. And sir, I want to ask about the specialization that you have stated that there are 14 specializations are there in your university, in your school. So if a person want to pursue their career in the judicial services after the graduation, then what is the significance of the specialization that we have done before? So I want to ask about that.
Okay. Very good question, Aditya. So if anybody want to become judicial officer, and from the day one he is highly kind of the motivated, and also he has taken a call. So you may know that we'll be teaching around 15, 16 courses, 50 to 60 courses. But in judiciary, they are asking only 18 courses. Only 18 subjects are asked in judiciary. So what you can do, you can focus on those 18 subjects. These 18 subjects are mostly core subjects. For example, contract, tort, property law, criminal law, constitutional law, international law. All these very common laws will be asked. But also we are having the criminal law specialization. So those who want to become the judicial officer, they can do a criminal law specialization. If you take criminal law, because criminal law is a major portion of the judicial officer, because he has to handle a lot of criminal cases, and only 3 papers are there: IPC, CRPC, and evidence. But if you take the specialization in criminal law, you'll be learning additional 8 subjects in criminal law. This knowledge will be helping you to easily qualify judiciary, easily crack the interview, and plus once you become a judicial officer, you can also be very easily handling these cases as an officer, because training is very small and you have to join as a judge and handle a lot of very complex cases. So those who want to become the judge, judiciary they want to join, I think best choice for them is kind of criminal law. And for those who want to join the lower judiciary, but anybody want to become a judge in the higher judiciary, Also, we have the constitutional law specialization. So those who want to join the higher judiciary, because in Supreme Court and High Court, you know that the mostly the arguments are based on the legal analysis, any legal rights, legal challenges, regulations, and all. And the constitutional law will be great support. So if you want to become a judge in the higher judiciary, you can specialize in constitutional law. It will be helping you to correct judiciary, plus as a judge, you'll very easily giving very quality judgment. You know very well in India, we have the scarcity of good judges because people have become judges but not able to provide the quality judgments. So if you do a specialized course during UG program, it will be helping to crack the judiciary as well as helping you to become a good judge, deciding a good quality judgments, and also get the chance to go to Supreme Court of India as a judge, and then go to I mentioned about the International Court of Justice. Already few Indian judges became the judge in the International Court of Justice. That is the international body and very recognized, very well reputed. So
Mr. Bhandari was there. Mr.
yeah,
Bhandari.
yeah, very
Yes,
nicely.
sir.
So, doing specialization at UG level in criminal law for lower judiciary and constitutional law for higher judiciary will be additional support. But even if you do specialization in other areas, for example, right now there is no specialized judge in Supreme Court of India to handle the IPR cases, cyber law cases, energy law cases. So, if you take these areas, it will be definitely helping in your career. You can become specialized just for energy law, specialized just for cyber law, IPR, international trade law, because these areas were not common earlier. So all the law school were not providing the specialization. So those students who did their law from the just they have done a plain law degree and they become a judge. Now they have challenge to handle any case because they are not specialized in any area. So if you have done specialization in any area, it will be always supporting you whether you become a judge or become a lawyer or join a law firm, because you have at least one specialized qualification. Or you want to do LLM, become a teacher, again will be having confidence and kind of the command over one area where you can say, I belong to this area, I can teach this subject, I can write a paper, I can write a book, okay, I can become expert and give some opinion on some areas. So doing the specialization is always better for you because it will be additional qualification, it will be deciding factor. If the two persons in an interview, one is a plain degree, one is specialized degree, the specialized degree wala will always be getting the additional benefit. Okay, so it is always good to do some specialization.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, one more question was there. Sir, can you tell me something about the sports faculty in your university?
Sports law already we started, and also we have one of our PhD scholar who is doing PhD in sports law. He can be will be teaching these subjects in our law school. Plus, also we are training some faculty to teach the sports law, because if you join our law school, you'll be only 7th semester you will be taking sports law. So already 3 years
No,
time
sir.
is,
No, sir. Sir. Sir, my
so
question was
there are 3 years
misunderstood.
time.
I want to know about the sports
Once in third year.
sports facilities which are there in your university. That how can it make difference? That
No,
I
we
want
know,
to know.
you know that already we have very established sports facility in our campus. So for the sports law, already we have a sports facility in the campus. Plus, we will be having a curriculum on sports law. So facilities are there. Plus, teacher will be there. So there is no challenge for learning the sports law.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Any other questions? We are actually now drawing close towards the end of the webinar. So, sir, I have a few, I can see a few questions. I'll quickly, read them from the chat box. So, Ms. Minakshi Yadav, she's asking that out of the 14 specializations, which one is more in demand?
Okay, very good question. So what will happen, because we are having the system of dual specialization. So in the 7th and 8th semester, you will do 2 plus 2, 1 specialization, and the 9th and 10th semester, 2 plus 2, 1 specialization. Because in one area, you should study 4 papers, 4 plus 4, 8 papers. So either somebody can take in one area, in the both specialization, in a dual system, he can take one area to become super specialized, or somebody want to test the 2 areas. So somebody want to take the criminal law in one 7th and 8th semester and take constitutional law in 9th and 10th semester. So this way, what we have done, we have made 2 groups, group A and group B. In group A, we have kept the core areas, and group B, we have done super specialized area. So, for example, somebody want to do in corporate law, so he can take corporate law also as a basic specialization, plus he can take corporate law as a super specialization. So he'll be studying 8 courses in corporate law, he becomes super specialized. So out of 14, you'll be doing in 2. 2 can be in one, 2 can be one area, or 2 can be also in different areas. Somebody can take criminal law with IPR, or constitutional law with cyber law, or tax law with energy law. So you have a lot of options. That's why we are very dynamic, and we are choice-based system, where student will get a lot of chances to choose the area as per their own career choice. That is not available in most of the law school in the country. So we are very diversified, very super specialized, and a lot of options are given to the students.
Thank you, sir.
Hope Vishwanath, you got the answer? Vishwanath Nara. Vishwanath, you are there in the meeting?
Sir, he's there.
Yeah.
Well, I think, Vishwanath, your question has also been answered by sir. And then Parijat is asking, sir, in what year should one start preparing for judicial services entrances, and how will the college help with that?
So already we are planning to have, I mentioned we have the OPI model, that is overall performance index. So after first year completion, once you come back in second year, there will be a kind of OPI process. There will be a team of the faculty will be meeting with you and understanding your experience last 1 year, seeing your growth in terms of the output and your internship and your participation in the moot courts and other activities. And then they'll be talking to you that which career is suited to you. Okay. So this way, once they will talk to you and they will understand your competency, your aspirations, and suitability for a particular profile. And then you can start building up for that profile to become the successful. And accordingly, if somebody has, so this process was after doing the process of all the students, will make 7 groups, which is possible career option for the law professionals. So for example, if there are 100 students, out of 100, now we have 7 areas to explore. So suppose 10 are saying they will be going for judiciary, 10 are saying they will go for teaching, 10 are saying they will go for the law firm, 10 are saying they will go for industry, 10 for LPO, 10 for foreign studies and all. So these 10 will be kind of the, in groups, we'll be trying to provide them special kind of intervention, inviting the experts, we'll be talking to them and helping them how to build up their career process to become successful. Accordingly, those students who have taken judiciary as an option, will be helping them. I mentioned that only 18 subjects are asked in the judicial examination. So we'll be trying to counsel them. They have to try to score good marks in those 18 areas, plus take some specialization as per their choice. If they want to join the lower judiciary, take the criminal law, or higher judiciary, take the constitutional law. Accordingly, we'll guide them. And also sometimes we can also help them to build up some core areas to qualify judiciary. So already we have planned to help you to grow in your chosen area of career as a OPI model and mentor-mentee system. So definitely support will be there for all the options in our law school from second year onwards.
Thank you, sir. Just one more question from Meenakshi. She's asking that does the university offer specialization in patent law? So we
Yes.
do offer.
Yes, we offer the very specialized program in IPR that includes patent law.
Yes, sir. And Farzana is asking when will the classes for LLM commence?
From 4th October. So classes for first year will start from 4th October. LLM and LLB 3 year plus 5 year BCom LLB, BBA LLB, and BA LLB. All will start from 4th October, physically in the campus.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And finally, Randeep, you are asking that you're seeking admission in the 3-year course of LLB and it would include 6 semesters. Yes, your reading is correct.
Yes, correct.
3 years spread over 6 semesters. So if there are no further questions, we are actually, at the fag end of our time slot. If there are no further questions, so I would like to conclude this webinar.
Okay, so I think we have given the mobile number of Dr. Tania to all the participants. If any further
I'll do it,
queries there, you are most welcome to ask Dr. Tania. or if you want to connect with me, you can request Tania or our admission team. We can have one-to-one meeting to discuss. So for any queries, any questions, clarification, doubts, you are always there. Also, if you have further kind of apprehension, come to the campus. We can meet directly. You can see our hostel facilities, campus facilities, dining hall, everything. So let me assure you, it's one of the 60-acre, well-built, neat and green campus, one of the best campus in the country. You might have seen, and location you know very well in NCR is always most aspiring. So most welcome to the campus and most welcome to the university. You can ask any question any point of time. So thank you all of you for joining.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time from your busy schedule. And I thank all our young aspirants who participated in this very interactive seminar today, and hope to see you all personally once you join the campus. So I am closing the seminar. Thank you so much. And my contact details are mentioned in the chat box. Quickly, in the next 1 minute, you can take it down. My phone number as well as my email ID. So for any further clarification, you can contact. Thank you very much.
Thank you all of you.